Township Board of Zoning Appeals for October 3, 2018. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Sutton.
Here.
Mr. Beck.
Here.
Mr. Carpenter.
Here.
Mr. Poussalides. Mr. Wyko.
Yes, present.
And Mr. Solz.
Present here. I'd like, the first order is to introduce the members of the board. My name's Bob Solz, I'm the chairman. Next to my right here is Tim Reichel, he is the vice chairman. Demetrius Poussalides, who is not here, is the secretary. Other members of the board are Jeff Sutton, Richard Beck, and Mr. Carpenter, who is an alternate. With us this evening also is Tom Ferrara, he's the zoning director. Has everyone had a chance to review the agenda that has been presented? Are there any changes anyone has? If not, the agenda will stand as presented. The statement of duties for the Plain Township Board of Zoning Appeals is available for anyone's review at the back. We will not read those into the record. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes from September 5, 2018?
Yes.
If so, the chair will entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Sutton.
Yes.
Mr. Beck.
Abstain.
Mr. Carpenter.
Abstain.
Mr. Poussalides. Mr. Wyko.
Yes.
And Mr. Solz.
Yes. All right, we have unfinished business this evening, which is appeal number 1272-18. That's Denise Armitage. Essentially, Ms. Armitage was, the representative was here before the board last month on September 5th, 2018. At that time, essentially they were requesting the Plain Township Board of Zoning Appeals to reverse the determination of the Plain Township Zoning Director from a June 11, 2018 finding that a series of 20 densely packed evergreen trees located in the backyard of a property abutting the Armitage property does not violate Article 6, Section 602.10 of the Plain Township Zoning Resolution. At that time, Steve Armitage was present and presented testimony and evidence relative to that appeal. Likewise, there was additional testimony and evidence presented from others in attendance that evening. The board was prepared to render a decision at that time. However, an issue was raised by board member Mr. Poussalides relative to whether or not the board had jurisdiction to consider that appeal. So, as you may recall, we basically, there was a motion to table the appeal to get a determination as to whether or not the board had jurisdiction to consider that appeal. We did receive a written decision from Eric Williams, who is the Plain Township Law Director, on September 25th of 2018, a two-page letter, essentially basically finding that as Plain Township Law Director, that the Plain Township Zoning Board of Appeals does in fact have jurisdiction over Mrs. Armitage's appeal. So, consequently, we do have jurisdiction, unless anyone has any reason to believe otherwise. I would consider that statement to be accurate. So, is there, Mr. Armitage, would you like to add anything else before the board makes a motion and makes a decision concerning this bill? At least give you that opportunity. I know you spent a lot of time last.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time here last time, so I won't, and I think you got a very detailed report from me.
Yes.
I won't add anything else other than I did submit a supplemental memorandum indicating that obviously I agree with the law director's
The village
decision.
jurisdiction.
And that I would correct one small thing. I actually, last time I was here, was under the impression that the zoning director's decision had to be an abuse of discretion, and that's not true. It actually is a de novo review. If you look specifically at the statute that I sent to you, the board is actually allowed to step into the shoes of the zoning director and decide what he ought to have decided in the collective judgment of the board. And it also further has the power to go ahead and issue the order that the zoning director should have issued if it so decides. So actually this board has wide discretion, and then I just wanted to re-emphasize that.
Okay.
And I think I'll just rest on what I talked about before.
Appreciate it, thank you. there anyone else who would like to present anything either for or against this appeal? Hearing none, the chair will entertain a motion with respect to the appeal based upon the testimony and evidence that was presented at our meeting of September 5th of 2018.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman. Whereas applicant Denise Armitage, 7690 Bucknell Circle, northwest of Canton, Ohio, 44720, parcel number 55-02504, requests the Plain Township Board of Zoning Appeals reverse the determination of Plain Township Zoning Director from June 11, 2018, finding that a series of 20 densely packed evergreen trees located in the backyard of a property abutting the Armitage property does not violate Article 6, Section 602.10 of the Plain Township zoning resolution. In relevant part, Section 602.10 provides as follows. Section 602.10, fences, walls, and hedges. Fences, walls, and hedges shall be permitted in any required yard or along the edge of any yard in any RR, R-1, R-1A, R-2, R-3, R-4, R-5, or R-6 residential district, except that a fence, wall, or hedge located in or along the sides or front edge of a front yard shall not exceed 3 feet in height. The maximum height of a fence, wall, or hedge in any residential district shall be 8 feet. Whereas the applicant has appeared in person before the board at an adjudication hearing on said application, and the Plain Township Board of Zoning Appeals has duly considered this application pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 519.14, and now therefore be it hereby resolved by the Plain Township Board of Zoning Appeals to grant the following, that the determination made by the Plain Township Zoning Director on June 11, 2018, referenced above, was incorrect and should be reversed.
Do I hear a second on that motion?
I'll second.
Okay. Discussion. First, I'll clarify that based upon the motion that was made to grant that the determination referenced above was incorrect and should be reversed, a yes vote would be that that decision was incorrect and should be reversed, and a no vote would be that the decision was correct and should not be reversed. So discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any discussion?
Well done.
Anything on this side of the table? Any comments? I would simply state, for purposes of the record, Mr. Armitage had raised a number of issues.
Yes.
One of those dealt with the appeal of the amendment. Apparently there was an amendment made by the zoning commission, and that was adopted by the board of trustees. And I believe he had asked us to consider that issue. And I don't believe that we have the capability to reverse that or do anything relative to that decision. So from my standpoint, I have to base my decision upon the specific language that is contained in 602.10 that has since been revised. And based upon that, I do believe that the zoning director made the right determination based upon the language as provided in the definitions of hedge, shrub. And so that's my opinion relative to that.
I would concur with that opinion, and dictionaries vary in definitions of the term hedge. The most frequent one says shrubs or bushes planted in close proximity to create a wall, in quotes.
And there's a further definition of the word tree as well, as contained in that, taking that all in conjunction in terms of my analysis of what our current Plain Township zoning resolution provides. I do believe that the zoning director made the right decision. So I would basically vote no myself.
I had a comment,
Any other,
ma'am.
yeah, it's closed.
Okay.
Any other comments? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Sutton,
No.
Mr. Beck,
Abstain.
Mr. Carpenter,
Abstain.
Mr. Reichel,
No.
and Mr. Solz.
No. Therefore, the appeal has been denied.
Will there be a written determination?
Have to speak to, I don't believe so.
Okay, so the appeal would be 30 days from today?
I do not know.
Okay, because there's 30 days to appeal any decision. I
I
don't
don't
know if
believe
that's an
there'll be a
oral
written
decision
determination.
or a written decision.
I don't believe there'll be a written determination. You can speak to Mr. Farrar afterwards. I believe we've given findings of fact on the record relative to what the appeal were, so I don't believe there'll be a written.
Okay, I will simply state that I believe that not visiting the property and also the fact that he was a criminal defendant at the time and should have recused himself should have been taken into consideration.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's fine. I will assume that the decision, since there won't be, I understand there won't be a written decision, it's 30 days from today to file an appeal for abuse of discretion from the board. To the clerk, comment, please. Okay. I suppose this issue is done, so, well, okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Any other-
Mr. Trump.
Are there any other issues to come before the board?
I have none, Mr. Chairman.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Who did
I'll
it?
second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.